Hello there, viewers and subscribers. It's transfer deadline day across the EPL, England and Scotland actually, the WSL, the Women's Super League, and maybe I'm overreacting, but is Arsenal losing it? The first time in 19 years, we have such a good chance of winning the league. And you're bringing in additional players, and it's Georgina. Chelsea's reject. I mean, if Chelsea doesn't want him, I mean, what are we doing with him? And not just because Chelsea doesn't want him, Just look at what he brings. I mean, a lot of people are saying that he brings the experience. He has won multiple titles, both with Chelsea and with Italy. I mean, I call bullshit. He's always in some good teams and just a regular part of their system. But for what we are bringing in him for, as cover for Thomas Partey, if he goes on injured, which we know has happened quite a bit, and that cost us a top 4 spot last season, I don't see him playing a defensive midfielder role. I barely see this dude tackle and it's not a foul. In terms of passing out from the defense, I hear people giving him credit for that. He's the weak link in Chelsea's system whenever they get pressed. Just go back and watch clips of him whenever Arsenal beat them or whenever they lose to anyone. Who's the one always coming under pressure, having to pass back the ball to either Kepa or Edouard Mendy in goal? So I am not happy about this transfer. Bloody hell, man, I'm pissed. Hopefully they put in a third bid, which I heard rumors that Brighton might accept the third offer for Caicedo. Hopefully that happens, and we have him as a reliable backup to Partey, or even a starter at times. But anyway, moving on from that, Chelsea are also on the verge of completing a British transfer record for Enzo Fernandez. Maybe by the time this video is shared, that deal would have already been done, but they have told Benfica that they're willing to pay the release clause plus an additional 10 million because they won't be able to pay the full amount of the release clause up front. So to facilitate them, they will pay an additional 10 million. Let's see how that works out. Benfica were adamant that Enzo is not going anywhere. The player wanted to move on, but he also pledges loyalty to Benfica. So let's see what happens in that regard. Some other transfer news as well. Tottenham have agreed a loan deal for Sporting Lisbon right back Pedro Porro. The deal was said to be off yesterday because Tottenham were adamant they wanted to buy him. Sporting Lisbon weren't interested in selling. They said only a loan deal for the rest of the season. So they finally agreed on that. Tottenham agreed that they will take him on loan. So Pedro Porro will be heading to North London on loan. Tottenham, to be exact. And moving out from Tottenham, they're right back. Matt Doherty, he'll be joining Atletico Madrid. That deal has already been confirmed as well. Some other deals that are in the works are teams that are working on potential deals. Both Newcastle and Everton are trying hard to bring in Conor Gallagher from Chelsea. Everton are also trying to bring in Ziyech from Chelsea. And City, a deal that shook everyone yesterday. Cancelo left and joined Juventus loan for the rest of the season with an option to buy for 70 million. Now, the reason this came as a shocker is because last season Cancelo was one of the most important players for Man City. He was very pivotal in their title run last season. Plays right back, left back, sometimes as a midfielder, and provided goals and assists for them last season. But anyone who has followed the career of Pep Guardiola as a coach over the past 10 years or 12 years knows the kind of coach he is. Once there's a falling out with him, you know, the door is the next thing you're gonna see, the door out. And supposedly that's what happened. You know, there was some altercation and disagreement about playing time, and he threatened to leave. Pep told him the door was open, he could head on out. So yeah, Cancelo out on loan to Juventus. Surprisingly, City has only brought in one player, and that's a young midfielder from Racing in Argentina. Is it No, Vélez Sarsfield. Perón, Maxim Perón. He's the only one that they have brought in, unlike City on the business end. But let's see. Could be in for something big that come this summer, because that is not City. City normally spends big, or normally brings in lots of additions. So let's see how that works out for them. Also, outgoing from Arsenal, young Brazilian winger Marquinhos. He joined Norwich on loan, and Crystal Palace has been working to bring Sambi Lokonga to their team for the rest of the season on loan as well. I'm hoping this deal goes through, because this is a kid that needs playing time, you know, needs some confidence built up, and a loan spell would do him very well. You know, I could see him getting some more playing time in the Crystal Palace team than currently in Arsenal's team, as Arsenal are chasing a league title right now, and it's a bit harder for them to, you know, incorporate a young player, grooming at this stage of the season. They need someone who is ready for the run-in right now. So yeah, Sambi Lokonga could be on his way to Crystal Palace for the rest of the season on a loan deal. Tottenham, a bit more transfer news. They brought in young Chelsea striker Jude Snoop Bell. I mean, a lot of people don't know about him, but he's been a top prospect in the Chelsea academy, and Tottenham picked him away. Don't know if they plan to use him in their first team, or he's gonna be a part of their academy setup. I'm assuming he'll be in and around the first team, because he's already 19 years old, you know, and they don't have a real backup for Harry Kane, so he might be seeing some playing time. As far as Manchester United, they themselves haven't done any business after the Weghorst deal. News came out this morning that Christian Eriksen could be out for an extended time. Not sure how long he'll be out for. But they also have so far turned down 2 bids for their defenders, Lindelof and Maguire. I'm kind of surprised that they have turned down the offers from Maguire, but I guess they do see him as a pivotal part of their team or of their setup. So let's see how that works out towards the end of the day, if any more bids come in for him, if they're willing to accept, or if he's definitely a part of their future plans. That's it for now. Lots more expected to happen throughout the rest of the day. Will the Chelsea deal for Enzo Fernandez go through? Like I said, it will be a British record, £105 million, 120 million euros. Will Arsenal break their transfer record and bring in Moises Caicedo from Brighton? You know, will City pull off a surprise deal towards the end of the day? Will Liverpool strengthen, especially in their midfield, which they're very lacking right now? Or will they wait until the summer? You know, will Tottenham bring in anyone else? Will Everton strengthen, since they have a new manager in Sean Dyche? Lots of stories to be answered. Oh, by the way, Nottingham Forest, they also brought in 2 more players. They brought in Luis Felipe, centre back from Atletico Madrid, and Jonjo Shelvey, central midfielder from Newcastle. So that's close to 30 new signings, at Nottingham Forest since the beginning of the season. Crazy, isn't it? You know, let's see if they get these players to fit in and help to keep them up in the Premier League for at least another season. I like how Nottingham Forest play. I would like to see them in the league for another season, but let's see how that happens. Anyways, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and leave your comments. You know, who are you most impressed with this transfer window, this January transfer window? Is it Chelsea, who has already gone over 600 million since they have brought in this new owner? Way more than Roman Abramovich has ever spent. Or is it Arsenal? You know, let me know. Leave your comments.